Good evening, everybody. This is Jeremy Johnson in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Beer City, USA, and this is episode 13 of Brew. With me, as always, is my lovely co-host, Justin Levesque.
Hey everyone, how's it going? This is my friend Mike, who is going to be my special guest today. And by special, we're talking about, obviously,
As special as can be.
as special as can be.
Tonight, we've got two different beers we're going to be reviewing. I'm going to start off with Shorts Brewery. I think this is the first Shorts that I've done, or that either of us has done. Peaches and Cream. You can see that's a little white there. It's kind of... Let's see if I can get up a little closer there. And we're actually in high def tonight, the very first time, which is cool. And what are you guys going to be reviewing?
We are doing Stone's Sublimely Self-Righteous Black IPA.
Sublimely?
Sublimely.
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 I'm a pirate. Leave me alone.
But this is Shorts, Peaches, and Cream. It's kind of weird because these guys, it used to be the cream wasn't spelled that way. It was like CREME. I'm not sure why they changed it. It is obviously a fruit vegetable beer, brewed with milk lactose sugars. Whatever that is. Get this in a glass here. I'm using a pint glass. That's what Beer Advocate recommends.
I need to get me one of those cameras. That looks pretty in HD.
Doesn't it? You can see everything.
Ugh.
Everything. Of course, then the autofocus doesn't focus on the beer. It focuses on me.
And that shine, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the glass is what I'm talking about, obviously.
Okay, so this says softness fused with the delicacy of Prunus persica, which I think is probably the milk sugars, or maybe it's the Latin version of peaches, which is my stage name, by the way. Peaches. So we've got a very thin head. You can see that came out pretty. And I think it's because it's a high gravity beer. So this is 8.2%, which is pretty high for a fruit beer. I mean, they've really pumped it full of some extra sugars.
It should be nice and sweet.
Yeah, I think it is bottle conditioned, even though it's relatively clear in the glass. I'm seeing lots of floaties and stuff. You probably can't even see that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not getting a whole lot on the nose. It smells a little bit like plum almost. It's got that deep dark. I mean, you can see there's like no effervescence at all. There's not a lot
going on altogether in it.
No, it's very flat.
Cloudy, not a lot of carbonation.
Yeah. So I'm getting this sort of like a sweet, like the smell of rock candy almost. You know, just that sugary kind of. Just smells sweet, essentially. So.
Are you getting that alcohol at all?
Not really. No. Mm-mm. Not getting any kind of burn or heat or anything like that. And it swirls in the glass pretty well. You can see that it kind of just drips down. There's a thickness to it that is probably just the high ABV. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in, see what happens.
Your face is priceless.
High def.
Something like that. It's a lovely sound.
It's.
Your mic's working.
Boy, I don't know.
Well, while you go ahead and kind of decide on what you're doing with that, give it a thinker. We're gonna bust into this because, well, it's a black IPA, and you know my feelings on black IPAs. I'm kind of excited, so
Yeah.
Impatient as per usual.
Yeah, I just want to drink. It's Saturday. Leave me alone.
Crack it open. So yeah, what I'm getting on this is just really like the deepest, darkest peach pie you could find. With a lot of like sort of like crystallized sugars on like the crust. You know, like if you've ever had like a peach pie that has like the sugar sprinkled on the top and then baked right in.
Right.
So you get that sort of like not quite caramely, but just very, very demonstrative sugar. I'm not getting a whole lot of the milk taste, to be honest, or the cream part. It has a mouthfeel that's sort of, it's very thick, so you do get that kind of the same sort of mouthfeel as you would with like a heavy cream, I guess. I'm not really digging the whole aftertaste of this. It really like just coats the back of your tongue and the roof of your mouth, the very back of it. So it's just sort of there, and I'm just not really digging it. I don't know.
Sounds
Well,
like a.
I'll continue to mull it. You guys go ahead and pour yours, and I'm really curious to see what you think of that one because I've had that in the past. You had said that, at least in the email, you said that you were going for an oak aged one.
Yeah, that was the first one that I had looked at, but
Okay, and you fell on that one, which is pretty.
We got two different pours here. We got a nice size head versus well, Mikey's little head.
So which of these two people has been a bartender in the past?
Getting a lot of hops right off the top, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, but there's a strong citrus element there too.
I'm getting a little bit of it, but I mean, I wonder if that's the difference in the head that you're getting versus you're actually smelling the beer, and I'm still getting all like this. Yeah, still getting a lot of just a lot of hops and not actually a lot of anything else for that matter.
It's
But,
the citrus is very much behind the hops. I mean, the hops is absolutely the brunt of what you're getting on the nose palate.
well, as far as color, it's black as always. Obviously, you can barely see through it, and there's not a lot of anything going on either. So, nice lacing if it ever settles down here.
Settle down.
But,
settle down.
Just gosh, just want to drink it. Well,
Let's throw it.
cheers. Wow. I'm just
Be more descriptive now.
no.
It's
That was
8.7.
that was my descriptor. I'm done. Wow. Just that's it. That's all I want to say about this. No, it's 8.7. I think I'm definitely the first thing I'm getting is the more of the alcohol behind it. It's really it's very bitter, very hoppy. But I think that acidic, like I can already feel it, like in my tongue. It's really coating, but I'm also getting a kind of a back taste off of it already. What do you think?
Now, see, I'm not the biggest IPA fan in the world, but I do enjoy one from time to time, and it is definitely a hop onslaught at first. But unlike some others, it doesn't sit in your mouth afterward.
Right.
Like there's still a good hoppy aftertaste, but it's not dominating the senses after it's gone.
Yeah, are you getting any of that that back aftertaste, the kind of like alcohol burn? Not necessarily a burn, but kind of like a. I'm getting like some chocolate tones on this as well that are kind of coming back up after, just like after you've ate well, any kind of chocolate, you kind of get that acidity. I'm getting actually a lot of that, a little bit of. It's the beer.
So, okay, well let's after that little deal, let's rate these puppies. Obviously, shorts, peaches and cream. It's okay. It's I like a lot of other shorts fruit beers much better than this. They actually make one that's the Bloody Mary one, where they've brewed it with Roma tomatoes and the whole thing, and that is a really freaking great beer. And they do some just amazing world-class beers, but this is definitely not my style. It's it's very thick. To me, it's kind of one note. I'm not sure what. I mean, there's very little effervescence here. It's not refreshing. It's not a dessert beer. It's something in the middle, and I really can't dig it that much. So I gotta go with a 5 on this.
Ouch. Do you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
All right. I'll say this wasn't exactly what I was expecting for a black IPA. I think the higher alcohol content actually has kind of turned me against it a little bit. As much as I love a nice hoppy IPA, kind of like the back taste I'm getting from it, it's not exactly what I'm looking for. And I was hoping that it would be a little more balanced, getting a little more of the chocolate tones. Like I said about Clown Shoes, like a little more leveled out or balanced. I'm gonna have to go with. I think I'm gonna have to go with a 5 as well. I'm just not terribly impressed. This isn't something that I'd drink it again, but in the realm of black IPAs, would probably be the last choice on my list so far. I mean,
Fair enough. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of IPAs. I think it's actually a reasonable representative of the style, given that it's a much higher alcohol content than normal. A black IPA actually tends to be the style of IPA that I consume the most, given that it's not my favorite, and I do tend to like those darker, chocolatey, or maltier overtones that come with the blacks. I'd probably give it in the 6 to 7 range, and my scale is decidedly very few things get a 9 or a 10. So
Good. Yeah,
I'm still calibrating that.
Yeah, we've hit very few. I've only had 110. That was Founder's Doom. That was an amazing Imperial IPA.
and I think I've only had 1.9. I think that matters.
Yeah, which was last week. You did the Schwarzbier, the Sinistor.
Yes, which was, well, obviously, like, in case you didn't know, a 9 out of 10 is pretty high. It's almost 10.
Very close.
It's practically there.
It's almost 11.
Okay, guys. Well, that's going to do it for the beer portion. Got the Shorts, Peaches and Cream, 5 out of 10 for me. Stone Brewing says Sublimely. There's an L in there. 2 L's.
It's Sublimely.
Self-Righteous. So Justin gave that a 5 as well, which is kind of shocking, actually. And Mike lands on a 6 or 7, which I think is probably better. Closer to what I would rate it, from memory anyways. It's been so long since I've had it. So.
And your memory is kind of faulty, so.
Yeah, we've established that pretty much.
Yes, indeed.
As you get older. Anyways, that's going to do it for the beer portion of the show. You're welcome to stick around. We're going to talk about movies, comics, books, whatever. I got to cut 1 or 2 things here to talk about. In the meantime, feel free to like, share, subscribe.
It's over there.
This video, it's over here somewhere. It's right up there. Maybe it's down there. And actually, for those
just click me.
For those who haven't heard, the YouTube is phasing out the video response feature, so you won't be able to do that anymore, and we won't be able to video. But they're implementing some other engine to replace that at some point. So, but in the meantime, just leave your comments below and let us know how you like this, and that should be it. So thanks for tuning in, and until next time.
Brew you.
Brew
and remember,
you,
we are in HD now, so be afraid. Very afraid.
Be very afraid.